Hey guys, so I'm doing my ritual bath that I do. I kind of play with this depending on the scents I like and things like that. I'll put a little bit more of one herb in, a little less herb of another, depending on what I want it to smell like, what I want it to do. Generally, I use similar herbs for the same for this, and again, in correlation to everything that I have, I'm going to add juniper berries. So you're going to need Epsom salts, obviously. I'm using juniper berries whole, but I'm using my mortar and pestle to crush them. I will be using sage. I need more sage, but a sage, allspice, cinnamon, and yes, I'm again going to use the sticks, or part of a stick, and just crush it up, because I want my intention to go in here. So, and then I also have rose water concentrate, and I'm going to use the rosemary oil this time because I've got so many other herbs in here. So I'm using this little bowl as my measurement, and I'm going to put it in this little jar because that's all I'm going to need. And if you want to make bigger batches, that's fine with me. I make bigger batches for protection and cleansing and things like that. So, but this is just for my Samhain ritual. So the Epsom salts, and then grind juniper berries, and I put 2 tablespoons in here. And then I want about half a teaspoon of whole juniper berries. And because this is not ground, if it was ground, I would have done a teaspoon of sage, but I'm just going to put a couple of leaves, okay, a handful of leaves in. And I do this normally 3 by 3, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That back away. And same with the allspice. I don't like so much of the allspice, but I do like it. So I'm going to put just 3 berries in, 2, 3. And again, I play with this recipe, so it's not exact. And then part of a cinnamon stick. And I do like cinnamon, so I do like to have it a little bit more than the rest in scent-wise. And then I take, wherever I put it, my mortar and pestle, and I'll grind all these herbs together and put my intention in them and just grind them out. Just do a consistency that you like. I mean, there's no exact science for this. If you like less of one or more of another, go for it. But put your intention If you decide to use the grinding, into the grinding. Or, if you want to grind, but have bad wrists, and can't do it, just use a grinder, but focus your energy in the grinder. I sometimes have to do that depending on the day. I've got carpal tunnel in one of my wrists. So, I just will add that lovely mixture to my batch of salt. And if I feel I don't like the ratio, I'll always add just a teeny bit more salt. And just mix that in. And then I'm going to take the rosemary oil. And I'm going to do a couple drops. Okay, more like 4. Okay, a couple drops for each tablespoon of Epsom salts I put in. I'm doing a little bit of a bigger batch this year. I found that it wasn't enough last year, so. And then a couple drops of the rose water concentrate. Again, per lovely tablespoon of Epsom salts. And then, once again, I lose my jar. There we are. I'm going to take the jar, and since I have no pouring skills whatsoever, I'm going to take this funnel, stick it in, and just dump it like that into the jar. And there, as simple as that, is my ritual bath for Samhain. That's all there is to it, and you can play, like I said, with what you like and what you don't like, and add, subtract, put different variations in that speak to you rather than me. These are just herbs that I use in my practice for the day, as well as ones that remind me of certain people, because the cinnamon reminds me of baking with my grandmother and a couple other people, and a couple other scents remind me of them. So it's all personal for reasons why I use certain things, but that is a general basic of how I use my ritual salts, and I will see you in the next video for the next day. Blessed be, and keep crafting, witches.